Tanner, I asked Lucas, I mean, is there even much that has to be said to kind of get guys geared up for this game against Iowa, knowing what the last 3 games against them look like for you guys?
Nothing needs to be said. We're all ready to go. We've gotten the team on a good trend right now, and we're all really excited to play. Everybody's going out there every day, wanting to hit, wanting to get better, and just keep on tightening up this family. We're just all enjoying ourselves.
Is this as big a game as Illinois for you personally?
Yeah, I would say so. This being my last game in my career, this is a big game against our rival, and this is going to be a challenge for us. They have a good team. They've done some good things this year, and I can't wait for the challenge.
They've got a pretty veteran defensive line. I mean, what jumps out about the challenge? Just look down this week.
They're pretty big guys. They have some guys that are like 6'8" up there on their defensive line, so it may be hard to move the guys every once in a while, but we just got to play our game, stick to our technique, and go out there and be mean, and I think we'll be fine.
After such an emotional Saturday, was it business as usual today in practice? Are you back on, or do you think you see some kind of angle back?
No, business as usual. Everybody went out there. We transitioned well into a early practice, shift the schedule. Guys put in really good work today, and we're doing a great job getting prepared for Iowa.
You have there's a lot of talk about their defensive ends in particular. How much does that trickle down to the middle, or do you look at going up an entire defensive line personally, or just mostly the interior guys?
I just look at the line as a whole. I'm not as focused on defensive ends as I am maybe defensive tackles, because I see the defensive tackles a lot more, but I do pay attention to the D ends. I'm not really too deep into my film watching yet, but like I said, they're big guys on their D line, and they're good at what they do. They're very solid. They know what their jobs are, and they stick to it pretty well. So.
Tanner, what do you make of having the opportunity to get one more win than you guys had a year ago after such a bad start this year?
Haven't really looked at it that way. I'm just trying to do the best that I can to help this team for the future. I want to be able to leave this team setting a good foundation for the years to come, because I know what this team has is extremely special, that not a lot of teams will have out there. They're going to do great things, and I'm glad that I've been able to be a part of that to help set that up.
It sounds like there's going to be bad weather again, in Iowa. I mean, what did you learn from the last couple of weeks that maybe help you out this next week?
As far as weather, don't depend on it to be the way you expect it to be. So, it can change at any time, if for the better or for the worse. So just, focus on what you can control, and just be detailed with that, and we'll be fine.
Hey, Ted, about the rivals, not that you rank them in your head, but is Iowa your biggest rival, especially what's happened the last couple of years?
I mean, that's what we're told, so they're our biggest rival, so I'm just sticking with that. Just do what I'm told. Yeah, I mean, it's always a really hard-fought game. You can tell that there's a little bitterness between our teams, so I would still consider them our rivals. I don't know, as the conferences grow or shrink, things change, but I feel like, at least for now, we're still pretty good rivals with Iowa.
When you think back to a year ago, how much have you guys grown and changed as a team from that game as 56-14, I think last year you guys played on this?
Oh, we've grown a lot. Huge. I mean, if you looked at how we played against Ohio State last year, I think we lost by an even larger margin, if I'm not mistaken. So if you look at how much we've grown, not only physically, mentally, but just as a team, relationship-wise, getting close to each other, loving your brother, fighting for your brother, we've grown a lot. almost immeasurably. And this team is going to continue to grow. Every week it grows. Well, we get closer, we get better. So I can't tell you how much we've grown because it's, like I said, I can't measure it against anything that I've ever experienced before.
When you're in the weight room, like January, February, is it these November games that you sometimes kind of think about, like when you're putting in that work way back then?
To be honest with you, with the vol, I'm just thinking about getting through the lift. Sometimes just running my butt into the ground. But no, you know, you can't think too far ahead. I mean, you're obviously always thinking about the season because that's the best part. That's whenever you know out of the work that you put in, you get to put it into play. But usually, whenever I'm working, I'm just thinking, how can I improve myself? How can I be better? That's what motivates me. Not necessarily thinking about the games of the future, but just thinking, how can I be the best that I can be? How can I help the man to my left and to my right be the best that they can be?